Sup nerds, we've got a big update in the Elon Musk's 2018 compensation versus an extremely corrupt activist pretending to be a judge with instructions from the Biden administration to take down Elon Bat. A very legitimate judge with a legitimate case from a legitimate Tesla shareholder, from legitimate lawyers who are now after a nearly $6 billion payday. Yeah, sorry for the slip of the tongue. I don't know what came over me. We'll cut to the chase here. Preliminary statement. This from Tesla. A gigantic FU to Kathleen McSeebohm. Quote, when fully informed and disinterested stockholders, as in people who are not Elon Musk, Kimball Musk and so on, as in you and I, collectively exercise their business judgment and ratify an outcome they believe to be in their company's best interests, does Delaware law honour that decision? Or does it defer to a lone plaintiff whose claims were rejected at the ballot box by a resounding 72 to 28 margin? Now, I'll take that one. The answer to this, of course, really just depends on how forcefully are Kathleen McSeebohm's strings being pulled by her puppet masters. Because remember, Elon bad. Elon buys Twitter, now X, and allows people to freely share their thoughts, opinions, ideas, and believe it or not, that includes their thoughts, opinions, ideas, and footage of the current president of the United States, evidence of his advanced dementia, allowing people to ask questions that go against the one true narrative. Musk has a target on his back, and this is the kind of shit that happens. So the real question is, I'm just kidding, of course, because I don't actually... it's a hypothetical. It's not actually what's happening. But in a hypothetical world, the real question would be, has whoever's tapped Kathleen McSeebohm on the shoulder and said, hey, look, well, you can blow up your career over this, but you got to get Elon bad, especially in the lead up to this presidential election. So whatever we can do to take the guy down, therefore, we'll look after you when your career blows up from this ridiculous decision. But between now and then, you just got to go after him. So that's the real question. How tightly are they pulling these strings? Is she going to cut her losses or double down? But boy, has Tesla come out swinging. Tesla's stockholders have spoken. With full knowledge of the facts and this court's opinion, they ratified the 2018 agreement compensating Tesla's CEO for driving the company's exceptional performance. That vote is now effective, and Delaware law respects the business decision of Tesla's fully informed and sophisticated stockholders, owners. In light of the post-ratification, rescission of the 2018 agreement is no longer an appropriate remedy, and plaintiffs' claims should be thrown in the fucking bin. Wait, I misread that. Should be revisited under the business judgment rule. In a derivative lawsuit purportedly brought on Tesla's behalf, this court issued a post-trial opinion sharply criticising the process that produced Elon Musk's 2018 incentive-based compensation package. Tesla's board subsequently empowered a special committee to determine whether stockholders should be given the opportunity to ratify the 2018 agreement after considering the court's guidance. Yeah, that's right. Kathleen said, vote no, Elon bad. And we said, get fucked, bitch. We're voting yes again. And all the information they could want. The committee, comprised of an indisputably independent director, concluded that holding a ratification vote was in the best interests of Tesla and its stockholders, following what may have been one of the most well-informed stockholder votes in Delaware history. God, dude, they're absolutely giving it to her. I mean, it's true. The whole point of this was, the stockholders weren't informed enough in 2018. 72% of voting shares held by Tesla's disinterested stockholders, e.g. you and I, overwhelmingly ratified Musk's 2018 compensation package. The stockholders had before them the terms of the 2018 agreement, the approval process for the 2018 agreement, the history of this litigation, and the considerations that led the special committee and subsequently the board to recommend a stockholder ratification vote. They were informed by a range of opinions, including reports by influential proxy advisors and campaigns by well-known institutional investors and prominent corporate governance analysts, distributed on business news networks, in newspapers, online platforms, and in SEC disclosures, urging votes against ratification of the 2018 agreement. Perhaps most important, the stockholders had before them this court's comprehensive critique of the 2018 agreement, as both a summary in the proxy and verbatim through an attachment of the court's full 200-page post-trial opinion, the summary of which, of course, was Elon bad, billionaire bad, Elon got enough, no more Elon, to work for free, go communism. Tesla's disinterested stockholders still overwhelmingly voted to affirm the 2018 agreement as in their own best interests. The audacity, by the way, of Kathleen McSeebohm here. In essence, what she's done, imagine there's a married couple and Judge McSeebohm says, guess what, guys? You're getting divorced. I've decided it's not going to work out. You guys don't love each other. It's not appropriate, not suitable. No. You're divorced. I'm divorcing you. And they're like, fuck off, bitch. We're happy. Get fucked. And she's like, no. I know better than you. Get divorced. The end. You're getting divorced. Because that's what I said. I think this is a perfect example, an illustration of what this moron has done. The overreach here. Fuck off. We already voted in favour of this. We voted again now. How dare you tell us that our opinion doesn't count? What is the purpose of shareholders being able to vote on important matters in a company if some dickhead with a chip on his shoulder and or a puppet master can just spit in our face and say, no, your will doesn't count. What I decide is what goes. Delaware law should respect that vote because it reflects the will and sound business judgment of Tesla's stockholder owners. Ratification constitutes a principled resolution of this dispute, one that respects both stockholder democracy and this court's oversight function. Under Delaware law, a fully informed stockholder ratification is entitled to profound judicial respect, unless it's a company to do with Elon bad, in which case all bets are off. Time and again, Delaware courts have emphasized that the stockholder franchise is the foundation of corporate governance, unless leader of your company is Elon bad, just remember. When stockholders render a fully informed vote on matters within their purview, that decision should be dispositive, as the owner's judgment of their own best interest. Basically, just to translate the jargon a little bit here, shareholders in the company who are voting on matters pertaining to the company they own shares in, obviously they're going to be voting in their own best interests. Unless, of course, they're a virtue signalling form of sentient hair gel managing money for others in a small pocket of California in which every one of your clients believes that Elon bad, in which case, well, you may act to harm your own best interests and those of your clients just for the bigger picture, which is signalling that Elon bad and that you got the message. I don't know why I said that. This court should give effect to this new stockholder approval by modifying the post-trial opinion, vacating the relief ordered in that opinion, and entering judgment for the defendants under the business judgment rule. Stockholder ratification here is not an end run around or substitute for the requirements during the approval stage of a transaction, nor is it an end run around this court's findings with respect to Tesla's 2018 agreement approval process. Ex post ratification is, however, a long recognised and permitted next step under Delaware law. The ratification addresses the court's concerns about the process and disclosure issues with the 2018 approval. Now fully informed of the court's concerns and with full hindsight of the results and non-discretionary operation of the 2018 agreement, Tesla stockholders, again you and I, chose to ratify the deal. The now ratified transaction should be given full effect. The Delaware Supreme Court has repeatedly recognised the dispositive impact of a stockholder vote as the embodiment of the stockholder franchise. These principles apply a fortiori. What they're suggesting here is these principles now apply even stronger, e.g. 40 as in fortified, than before, to the ex post ratification here for at least 4 reasons. First, the ex post ratification should confer at least the equivalent level of protection conferred by an ex ante transaction approval vote. Although transaction stage votes generally do not confer business judgment review on controller conflicted transactions, Musk is not a controlling stockholder, e.g. he doesn't own more than half the company, and did not control the ratification vote. He didn't even participate. Second, even if Musk were deemed a controlling stockholder, which he is not, the ratification by Tesla's voting stockholders, e.g. you and I, remains effective due to the unique ex post circumstances of this fully informed post-trial vote. This ex post ratification eliminated any concern of coercion and allowed stockholders to evaluate the 2018 agreement with the benefit of hindsight. An ex post ratification is additionally unique as a statutory ratification under the DG Who Cares. Third, in any event, the stockholder ratification was undertaken with the dual protections of the MFW, which they just referenced, in place, providing an independent basis for according it full cleansing effect under Delaware law. Just to translate again, Tesla are essentially saying, look, dumb bitch, look at all the I's we've dotted and T's we've crossed. We've done everything by the book. It's absolutely bulletproof, watertight. There's no holes in this. Fuck off. At minimum, ratification shifts the burden to plaintiff to prove unfairness, a burden he cannot meet. Upholding ratification here would bring a fair, constructive close to this litigation. Because the court has not yet entered final judgment, it retains flexibility under rules blah 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 to revise its prior ruling and grant judgment to defendants in light of the ratification vote. Such a decision would respect the stockholders' express wishes to honour Musk's previously agreed upon compensation earned by creating astronomical value for them. By the way, thanks Musk, I appreciate it. I did vote for this compensation plan back in 2018, having already owned Tesla stock for a couple of years prior to then, and I've seen phenomenal returns as a result of this guy's leadership and execution, while preserving the court's thorough guidance for the future. This is a win-win outcome. And now onto the factual background. Most of you guys will be familiar, but just in case you're not, it's worth reading this. In 2018, Tesla and Musk struck an audacious bargain. Musk would receive a 12% stake, 6% after dilution, if, keywords, if he could catapult Tesla's market cap skyward by $600 billion while achieving 12 performance milestones that most thought impossible. And by the way, can confirm most did actually think them impossible. Not everyone. In fact, I believe it was 2019, maybe early 2020. I made a video detailing this compensation plan. I'm like, well, I think it's possible. And this would mean that Tesla gets to $650 billion market cap. It's currently like 1/10 of that. It's possible, but most people just laughed at the idea. Musk took on that challenge, delivering astronomical returns to Tesla stockholders. To recap, in early 2018, after a multi-month process including consultation with major stockholders, Tesla's board granted Musk a 10-year performance-based compensation award, which consisted entirely of at-risk stock options, vesting only upon achieving a series of challenging market capitalization and operational milestones. Blah, blah, blah. 73% of us at the time, myself included, voted in favour of this compensation package. Skipping ahead a bit, later some dickhead with a couple of shares filed a lawsuit. The same dickhead with lawyers who were seeking close to $6 billion of compensation for fucking Tesla investors. And how did they want to be compensated? You won't believe it. Predominantly with shares in the very company this lawsuit was filed against. I'm not kidding. And you guys know how it played out from here. 2018 compensation, carrot was dangled. Musk chased the carrot, managed to get the carrot. All Tesla shareholders benefited. Dickhead lawsuit, wasted time. Judge says no, fuck you, Elon bad. And here we find ourselves now. Now, a few key highlights from this article from the Columbia Law School, whose website design appears to be trapped in about 2003 at best. Not hating, but this is as big as I can get the text. Otherwise, this happens. How Tesla pumped the vote. Tesla confronted an enormous challenge in winning support for the two controversial... Hold up a second here. Controversial? Yo, one of them, 2018's CEO compensation, was approved 73% back in 2018. There's nothing controversial about that when, bro, the winning margins for typical elections, even with some late mail, are usually within a few percent. This was about 3/4, not about 52%. Nothing controversial there, as opposed to the move for Delaware. The bar was high in terms of getting this approved, but didn't find it particularly controversial. I mean, Tesla getting out of an abusive relationship with Delaware seemed reasonable anyway. I'm not going to nitpick too much here. We thought it would take an historic effort to solicit the needed shareholder votes. Tesla was up to it. Actually, made it look easier than it probably was. It indeed solicited an unbelievable number of retail votes. Now, this is true, and by the way, thanks to everybody who voted. Not once, by the way, did I tell anyone how to vote, just that they should vote. I had countless messages, DMs on X in particular, people either telling me they couldn't vote, deciding to move to a brokerage where they could, letting friends and family know to vote as well. This was a huge ground-up effort from Tesla retail shareholders, and it made a big difference. The article goes on that Tesla also won the support of both the Vanguard and BlackRock, its two largest institutional investors. The unprecedented retail turnout meant it didn't even need Vanguard or BlackRock for either proposal, though the vote would have been uncomfortably close without them. Now, this is pretty incredible, right? That is the power of retail investors exercising their right to vote. Now, the question is, Vanguard, I believe in particular, voted at the last minute. Did they wait to see what shareholders voted and then just copy? Maybe to avoid people pulling money from their index funds? Or did they decide, well, our shareholders aren't voting, so we'll just vote with the majority because that's the will of the people? Who knows here? But it is important to understand that every single shareholder of any company, including Tesla, because that's what most of you own who are watching this, should always participate in shareholder votes. I've never missed one since I first began purchasing the stock in 2016. I don't intend on missing one in the future. It matters. It's your company. They're literal shares of your company. Without those two, Vanguard and BlackRock, more institutional investors voted against the pay plan than voted for it. Disgusting. Tesla took proxy solicitation to a new level. And as we know, they set up the voting website, giving people information on how to vote. Musk tweeted numerous times urging shareholders to vote, posted on X to be more clear, including linking to a Tesla fangirl with voting advice. Shout out to Alexandra. Tesla also filed numerous additional proxy solicitation documents. And we also saw Robin Denholm doing her media tour. Obviously, Tesla really wanted a big turnout, and they got it. Skipping a bit further ahead, it took significant unprecedented support from retail shareholders for Tesla to win the votes. Various sources indicate institutional investors own about 45% of the outstanding shares of Tesla. So this doesn't include Musk's ownership, right? And thus, retail investors own a whopping 55%. The Musk family, Elon and Kimball, collectively own around 13%. By the way, this is a wildly large percentage of retail ownership of a stock. I mean, astronomical. And I mean, is anyone surprised? Think about how many fucking content creators there are. Earning a full-time living talking about nothing other than Tesla. There's nothing like this for any other company, and this just is a representative of the huge retail shareholder base. Again, skipping further ahead. Most Tesla retail investors are younger, relatively recent owners. By the way, let me know in the comments below, when did you first buy Tesla stock? I'm coming up on a decade of ownership. Many of whom don't understand proxies or annual meetings. Sure, a huge number of Tesla retail shareholders adore Elon, which is why they own the stock. Translating that adoration into an affirmative vote at an annual meeting at the magnitude needed takes a heroic effort and would represent an historic outcome. We also have comparisons between Tesla's 2023 annual meeting shareholder participation versus 2024. In 2023, 76% of outstanding Tesla shares participated. In 24, 83%. And the article goes on to point out that undoubtedly the majority, if not almost all, of these new votes came from retail shareholders because institutions are always exercising their right to vote. And I know from many folks in my comments, DMs and so on, that a lot of people, this was the first time they'd ever voted despite owning Tesla stock for years. Check this out. Above, we estimate 53 million retail shares voted at the 2023 meeting. In 2024, 463. Tesla solicited almost 10 times the number of shares to attend and vote at the 2024 annual meeting. 10 times. It's almost as if this was really important not only to Tesla, but to Tesla retail shareholders. And as we know, technically it's not over yet, but hopefully it won't be too long before we find out how tightly are Kathleen McSeebon's strings being pulled by her puppet master. In summary, today Tesla has delivered what could best be described as a gigantic, hey, go fuck yourself, from Tesla retail shareholders and institutional shareholders, the vast majority. There's no coming back from this, from Kathleen McSeebon, unless, as I mentioned, she has quite the puppet master. No, I'm just kidding. That would never happen. Yeah, nothing to see here. Want more content? Early access? Bunch of perks? Click the links in the pinned comment. AG1 is awesome. I've been taking it daily now for more than 3 years. It's a great way to fill in nutritional gaps. It's packed full of vitamins, minerals, and whole food source nutrients, plus has prebiotics, probiotics, and adaptogens to improve gut health, regularity, and help your body handle stress. I'm always looking for an edge to help me feel and perform my best, which is why I haven't missed a day of AG1 for more than 3 years. And I haven't missed a daily video in more than 3 years. Must be a coincidence, right? Just try it and see how you feel. Click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR and get yourself a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 plus K2 and 5 travel packs. But don't take my word for it. This is what viewers of the channel had to say after trying AG1. I feel like I have a lot more energy since I started on AG1. By the way, viewer, that makes 2 of us. On to the next. Just got my AG1 in the mail. Legit feeling the effects after day 3. This viewer's been taking AG1 for 8 months and says, what an investment. Another. 3 months ago, I started AG1 and have been enjoying the evenness of alertness and energy that lasts the day. I just started the wife on it too. Are you convinced yet? I mean, hey, it's worth trying, right? Click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR, or I can keep going. There's plenty more to come. This viewer, after about a month on AG1, definitely a lack of fatigue in the afternoon. Pleasant side effect is that my coffee intake has imploded and is almost down to 0. One more? Yeah, why not? I honestly feel younger and will be continuing to use AG1. This stuff really is crazy good. I didn't think it would be, but this stuff is awesome. It really is what everyone is saying. One more? Don't mind if I do. I've just received my 3rd month supply. I've drank it every day. I have so much energy throughout most of the day. I'm productive, started a new business, started socializing, refurbished a boat. It's no coincidence. Thank you for your persistence, your integrity, and your insights. Now look, these are not my words. These are not my testimonials. This is what you guys and girls are saying. Maybe it's 100% placebo effect. But even if that's the case, I think it's money well spent. Click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR and get yourself a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 plus K2 and 5 travel packs. If you're still skeptical, hey, I don't blame you. Everyone on the planet seems to be promoting AG1 now, but guess what? They weren't nearly 3 years ago when I had this to say privately to my Patreon audience before there was a relationship, when I was asked about what I was doing for my health, energy, and so on. Just sharing my genuine, honest thoughts about a product I'd recently discovered that was at the time called Athletic Greens, now AG1. If I could only recommend one supplement to take, Athletic Greens, and I'm not getting paid to say this, Athletic Greens is a fucking game changer. I cannot believe how effective this is. No longer having a lack of energy in the afternoons. It's fucking amazing. There's only one thing to recommend, seriously. Try Athletic Greens. You won't go back. So obviously, just like Elon Musk is a liar, a fraud, a con man, a scammer, a fake engineer, and Tesla's going bankrupt, you shouldn't trust that guy from about 3 years ago who, without any financial incentive, was promoting this product to his audience on Patreon when they were asking about health and what he's doing for supplements. Because obviously there was some other reason he recommended that, obviously. Not sure what it was, but don't trust that guy. And all the testimonials, like my mental game has improved with AG1. I feel better than ever. I'm so impressed I've bought it for both my parents. I feel more focused and have better digestion. Incredible difference. No more afternoon fatigue. It's relieved gut issues. These are all just obviously fake testimonials from fake people. Right? Wrong. Just try it. Unless you hate yourself. If you hate yourself and you don't even want to risk possibly feeling better, this is not for you. But for everyone else, what's the worst that could happen? Try it for a month. See how you feel. It's a no-brainer. Just click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR. You'll get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 and K2 plus 5 travel packs. And you'll take the colossal risk that maybe you might have a similar experience to some of the people whose testimonials we've read in this video.